Yeah, like we always do about this time. My name is Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. Today, my special guest is an artist and somebody who's been, we've been in conversations about hip hop for quite some time, and you finna hear a lot of that. Throughout the course of this interview. If you don't know who I'm talking about, the one and only Mr. Chris. What's going on?
What's going on, man?
What's happening with you, man?
Been working, doing music and writing and doing more music.
What made you decide that you want to make music?
Well, I was always a fan of it. And I guess I got to go back when I went to the military. I was around a lot of people when you talk about rap and all that. You know, you play some beats and drinking and rapping and freestyling. People was like, "Wait, man, you good?" They thought I was already rapping.
Right.
So they was like, "Man, you got some music or something?" I'm like, nah, man, you a rapper, man. You didn't know you was a rapper, but everybody tell you was a rapper.
Right.
But I was more drawn at the time. You know, I wanted to be a comic book artist and all that. So they're like, "Man, you supposed to be doing this music," you know. And then once I got out, I just started doing it and never stopped. Passion of mine. So,
what's your inspiration musically? Is there anybody that you look up to musically that made you feel like you could do it? You could do it musically.
I was a big Wu-Tang fan. The early Death Row artists. Southern wise, the Ghetto Boys and all that.
Yeah.
And when Paul Wall Comedian and all them came out, I was real big with them.
Yeah.
Cause other than that, and most of the people that I grew up with, I still listen to now. So.
Now you say you're a Wu-Tang fan.
Oh yeah.
You watched the series?
Yeah, I seen the first 2 seasons. I didn't see the last 2. Well, the fourth one just started. Yeah, I didn't see the last 2. But yeah, the first 2 seasons I watched it. I loved it.
Man, I love it, man. It's one of the best shows out there.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you something about, we're from pretty much the same era in hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we all know that hip hop now is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about today's hip hop versus our era of hip hop?
I think more now they more scarier, man. They like, it's more like I want to follow, instead of like, I'm gonna do this and like, back in Easy, like I'm gonna put Compton on the map, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I don't care about all that.
Right. And
they went out like that. Now it's like, well, I gotta do this, they do this and do that and all that. It's more like I'm trying to be down like thing instead of being yourself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel that because one of the problems of today is you can't tell the difference between artists because a lot of them sound the same.
Yeah, that too.
And if you put 10 of them in a lineup and look at them, you'll be led to believe that they all look alike.
Yeah.
So you got basically a generation of artists who lack their own sound and identity.
Yeah.
And for some reason, because they may be popular, because they may sell records and make some money, they feel like their music is superior.
Yeah.
And that could be the furthest thing from the truth, because how many classic albums has this new generation produced?
I don't even think they try to make albums. This is like
single. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really say, oh yeah, this music is the best when you don't have any legs to stand on.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, in the 90s, it's a reason why it's 2023 and we still talk about the 90s.
Yeah.
You know why? Because the shit that they did in the 90s opened the door for today.
Yeah.
The classic albums that they made, ain't nobody in rap made music to touch that. Ain't nobody made nothing that could rival the Purple Tape.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody made nothing that could touch All Eyes on Me.
No.
Life After Death. Capital Punishment. It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could keep naming them because the 90s was full of them. Low End Theory, America's Most Wanted, The Chronic, Doggy Style, Above the Rim, Murder Was the Case. They haven't made music. They still trying to catch up to that music. And it's a reason why.
Yeah.
Because it's classic. Now, you can't name an album from this generation that stands up to that.
Yeah, you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
And this stuff they put out now, it get forgotten like that.
Yeah, that's because
you could go back. You could go back to it, and
that's because we in a microwave era.
yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say it, man. I was just gonna exactly.
We in a microwave era, and what we talking about in the 90s was like getting stove cooked food.
Yeah,
that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like 90s music was food that grandmother cooked over the stove.
Yeah.
And today's music is Hot Pockets in the microwave.
Hungry Man and all that.
Yeah. Hungry Man dinners. Well, I asked everybody this question. Well, before I ask you that question, in 2023, are we going to hear any new music from you?
Oh, yeah.
And if so, when?
Hopefully soon. Yeah, I got a lot of music ready. I got a lot in the chamber ready to go. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I asked everybody this question. Do you have a top 5 best rappers?
I'm more of a group guy, so I got top 5 groups. So,
okay, that's a little different.
Our number 1, Wu-Tang Clan. Number 2, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Number 3, Mobb Deep. Number 4, 3 6 Mafia. And number 5, The Lox.
Wow. That is a very interesting top 5 groups. Now, I'm just going to ask, because some of those groups on your top 5 are on my group top 5.
All right.
And this is just how I have my list.
Yeah.
If I'm going to start out with a list, I'm going to start from the beginning, because rap started in the 70s.
Yeah.
Blew in the 80s. Commercialized in the 90s, globalized in the 2000s. So we have to be correct in where we seat our people. As far as my list is concerned, anybody else's list is how you devise your list. Yeah. Now, with me, I'm going to say the first would be Run DMC, because Run DMC was the first rap group who brought it from little underground local joker to worldwide stadium status. No. Now rap is known, rap is global, rap is a hot rap. Well, they became the first household name rap group.
Yeah.
And all the accolades that they achieved in their career. Then, behind that would be, I would say, NWA. Right. And a major reason, aside from their music, is because of their family tree. From the NWA family tree, you get so much music that has took us. Yeah. And it's still riding with us right now.
Yeah, which goes into one of my top groups, Bone. So.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then, a lot of people's favorite, Snoop Dogg, is a part of that NWA family tree. And among others, you know what I'm saying, that have come from that tree. And then you got the Wu, an innovative rap collective from Staten Island with 9 members. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying, that each one of them are cold in their individual writing. You know what I'm saying? And as a symbol, as a team, as a group, you have not seen that type of force. Since then, you know what I'm saying, and after that, you know what I'm saying, I have to put UGK in that conversation, because UGK's music became the foundation that Texas artists latched on to, associated with align themselves with a lot of like what when they blew up in '05 with Mike Jones and Paul Wall and Slim Thug and Chamillionaire. A lot of that was based on the groundwork of UGK.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of things derive from UGK's music. 3 6 Mafia is also on that list too because of their importance. I mean, even today, they were making their brand of music in the mid 90s when nobody else was. Lord Infamous, God bless.
Yeah.
He was the one rapping that double time, double flow. He was doing that in the mid, and we was listening to it thinking like, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a bad, like, what is he talking about? We was like, we never heard it quite used. Because at this time, it's Twister. It's Bone, Brother Lynch. We hadn't heard Tech Nine yet. He was about to come.
Yeah. He was
and Lord Infamous.
Yeah.
So we hearing Lord Infamous and we like, damn. But Lord Infamous style is the style that they would later say is the Migos flow, the mumble rap flow, whatever else you want to add to it, that came from Lord Infamous. The sound that people use today that call trap, and a derivative of trap is drill, which is a derivative from crunk. Crunk came from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? So, and because the only people who was making crunk music was 3 6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they so important. And the fifth?
There was 5, huh?
No, that was 4.
Run DMC,
Run DMC, NWA,
Wu-Tang, UGK,
3 6. Oh, that was 5. Okay, wow. Yeah, man. I mean, honorable mention Ghetto Boys because I've been listening to Ghetto Boys since I was like 8 years old. This was Grip It on That Other Level when they had Gangsta of Love out, and I was little listening to that. Hip hop today, I don't even like to call it hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a disrespect to say this is hip hop because, you know, there's a lot of people that ain't even worthy, man. You know what I'm saying? Not even worthy of the conversation.
I gotta say one thing. I don't see a lot of talent with the new ones. Like, it's more like they might have a look or something. If probably somebody talented around them, give them their stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I just don't see a lot of talent with it.
Are you planning to get with a label or remain independent?
I would never sign a label solo. Never.
Never?
Nah, never had a desire to be a solo artist on the major.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I was in a group and, but solo, nah.
And that's just based off the game, how the game is structured.
Yeah.
I mean, because I can't really say that. I can't really say that you're wrong. I mean, you know, people don't realize this, and for artists out there listening, I'm gonna let you know. Hey, remember this: before you go in there and meet with them people and sign a deal, you own 100% of what you're doing. And when you walk out of there after you sign the deal, you now own less than 10% of what you're doing. And to those who understand the importance of ownership or the importance of creative control and wanting to control the narratives that derive from your music, that is important. Now, the people that don't care, you don't care. It'll be something that you realize years later. I say realize it sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you something because black people, our people, we don't necessarily educate ourselves when it comes to the business side. you know, we just look at it as, oh, you're a rapper, you making money, and yada yada yada.
Yeah,
but nobody wants to. Yeah, you know, but they don't want to tell you about, hey, you're a business now. Yeah. Hey, you need to be able to conduct yourself accordingly in public settings.
Yeah.
You need to know how to sit down and have an interview and speak to people. You need to know how to conduct yourself when promoting, when advertising, when marketing. You have to know all these things. Then you have to be aware that being a rapper is an extra added target on your back, you know, in a sense, because rappers have a negative connotation attached to them. That's not attached to me or you, but it's just attached to being a rapper, period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people who don't even get this type of talk before they step into a booth or before they step in front of a camera. You know what I'm saying? There's no more artist development.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want you to come already with your numbers already intact and your look already there, your image already there, your music already done, your visuals already done. You know what I'm saying? That's how they want you to come prepared, because they don't want to do none of that shit, but all they want to do is take your shit, press the green button.
Yeah, and also you gotta think they don't expect you to last long for you to have all that.
That's another thing.
So, I'm gonna get this quick money off of this artist, and get this quick money off of this guy. Okay, you go. Get this quick money off of this new guy. Right.
Hey, we go.
Yeah.
Hold on. We go. People are unaware that this is a business and not just get up, rap, and make money.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as that. It's not as cut and dry as that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things you have to pay for out of your pocket yourself.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things you have to register for. It's a lot of preparation, time, practice, dedication, hard work, so on and so forth. That's associated with this. But they don't talk about that.
Yeah.
They talk about how much a Mercedes costs. They talk about how much living in a mansion costs. They talk about how much they spend on clothing. That, you know, a lot of artists sometimes will get clothing for free from companies because they just want to advertise.
Yeah, you promote it.
You know what I'm saying? But they, you know, you got artists today who rather go spend their advance money that they not supposed to be spending on high-end designer clothes.
Yeah.
Designers that they can't even meet themselves. They can't shake these people's hand.
They probably just walk by you.
They probably walk by you. and they wouldn't even tell you thank you for buying my clothes. They just walk by you.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. So when you break it down along these lines, I say to myself, well, why do you think people act like that?
I guess they care what other people think because they care about the image thing. And they think that's how you're supposed to act. And I guess they say the poor people try their best to look rich.
Yeah.
And all that.
Cause when I got into rap, I always had the skill for it, but I was unaware that this is a business.
Yeah.
This is entertainment business. A lot of it is like wrestling.
Yeah.
A lot of people, their rap persona is their rap persona, but then when they're not rapping, they're a normal, regular human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you find out a lot of people rap personas are based off fake shit or just being fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I never had a image.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a certain look. What the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like I never fit into, is he a gangster rapper or is he no nigga, I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm a rapper's rapper. I'm a lyricist.
Yeah.
I can rap circles around you lyrically, shit on you lyrically, and then turn around and make a record that your girl don't like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Turn around, make a record that's gonna spin on radio. That's what kind of nigga I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, rappers do get stigmatized and stereotyped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Based off of your look, they're gonna categorize you as something.
Yeah.
Based off my look, I get categorized as thug, gangster rapper.
Yeah.
When really, none of my music is even gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's aggressive.
Yeah.
It's not gangster though. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't talk about killing people. That ain't what I do.
Yeah.
I don't talk about drugs because that's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? But I do talk about life. I talk about reality. I talk about my reality, but really, it's more so the world's reality.
Yeah, it could be anybody's reality.
You know what I'm saying?
Universal
So,
sound.
yeah, and that's the key.
I'm the exact type of artist.
Yeah, man.
Like anybody could pick up my stuff and relate to something in it. You know.
Yeah.
You get some knowledge, you might get a joke out of it. You know.
To date, how many projects have you released?
I only got one to date.
Do you plan on doing any music videos?
Yeah, I would be able to do that. Yeah.
Well, I got some people behind the cameras who, you know, willing to work with artists and trying to help them create visuals for their music. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a problem. Because you know what I'm saying, everybody needs that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I let a friend listen to some of my stuff from this coming project. He said, "Man, yeah, that's exactly what he told me." He said, "Man, you need visuals." Because I did a track that Dutch from Major Figures, he had dropped a project in 2020. He had a mixtape. He let artists get on there, and I sent him a track, and he put it on there. And I let one of my friends hear it. He said, "Man, you gotta get some videos, man." That's exactly what he told me. You gotta get some visuals.
If you could describe your style for people who don't know you, what would your style be defined as?
Everybody tell me it's conscious, but I'm dark with it. So I'm real dark because I was more of a crap talk. I talk a lot of crap with my raps. That's Chris the Jerk, you know. Right. So I say real stuff, but I say it in a messed up way, you know, a kind of offensive way.
Right.
And but I want you to get something out of the music, you know. Get some knowledge, some game, you know, just get a joke out of it, you know. Just have fun. But the music is always good. My focus is sounding good, you know. I don't care about what's hot and all that. I listen to the beat, all right. Now I just go, you know. I'm a stream of conscious rapper, so I kind of say whatever comes to my head. That's what I say. So
right. What does the future of hip hop look like from your viewpoint?
It don't look good at all.
It don't look good.
Nah.
At least, hey,
I have no faith in America.
Look, man, look. I keep telling motherfuckers, and they don't.
America's at Hell's Gate right now.
Hey, man, look, man. I keep telling people. I'll be honest, man. Like, because people, you know, I feel people, they don't want to ruffle no feathers. Some people don't say that because they don't want to ruffle no feathers, and that's cool and that's fine. But let's be honest for a second. I'm not finna get loud or none of that. Let's be honest, man.
Yeah,
the quality of rap has gone down tremendously. And this ain't just started happening. This shit happened back in 2007.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I watched it go down the toilet bowl. You know what I'm saying? I watched it. And it's like every day, people come up with new and inventive ways to tell me how great garbage is.
Yeah.
It's like you walk outside and you taking your garbage to the dumpster. And you got somebody at the dumpster saying, "Hey, the dumpster is making music now, and this shit jamming." And they sitting there with their earbuds, and they just dancing, and they jamming. And you like, I'm not listening to garbage. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And everybody around me, pretty much, is listening to garbage.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, hey, you know, you can't be great if you listening to garbage.
Yeah.
You know, listening to garbage is not conducive to being great.
Yeah.
In anything, but especially in rap, because, you know, it's like we talked before the camera came on earlier. You know, if I listen to new music, I'm not gonna get inspired to make music. I'm gonna get inspired to go somewhere where it's quiet and ain't no music playing.
Yeah.
Maybe there I can write without a beat. Because I do that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like without the beat, without nothing play, it could be quiet.
And I write my verse twice because I write it without the beat.
You know what I'm saying?
I write it to the beat. Yeah.
But that's what I like. Okay, and maybe that could be used as motivation to one person, but it kills the ears, and it eventually kills the mind.
Yeah.
Because once you have poison programmed on repeat in your mind, eventually you're gonna act out on it.
Yeah.
Which is what the people who put this plan in motion, they expected it to go the way
they say. Words are spelled, something like that. Words are spelled.
I mean, it's like, you know, like I said, if you had, just think about it. Let's look at it from a different angle. Let's say if 90% of rap was positive.
Yeah.
All they talking about is staying loyal to your woman, keeping your family together, raising your kids right, educating them, making sure they read books, telling your brother when he's wrong, telling your sister when she's out of line. The society would be better. Society would be better because now we listening to betterment. Eventually, you're going to start doing better.
Yeah.
Everything in your life is going to start doing better. But look at what's going on. You listening to murder, death, kill, murder, death, kill, murder, death, kill. All day on repeat. Yeah. You ride around, murder, death, kill. Go to the store, murder, death, kill. Go to the club, then wonder why it gets shot up.
Yeah.
And then say, well, you know, and then you want to cry after that. But now realizing, hey, you only acting or dealing with your programming. Your programming, the music that you're playing, is all preparing you for what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Because if you want to do better, you're going to listen to better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the greatest advice that I can give artists. Hey, man, stop trying to be, you know, the next artist that's already out in the industry that everybody already heard, and be yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why the world messed up, because you got a bunch of people in the world who look in the mirror and are uncomfortable at what they see. So much so to the point to where they call themselves somebody else. They look like somebody else. They walk, talk, and act like somebody else. Yeah. They don't want to be themselves.
Trying to act like your favorite rapper.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love Tupac, but I never had a bald head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never had tattoos across my abdomen. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm also from an era of individuality where you did not want to look like the next man. Yeah. You wanted to be yourself. And people appreciated you for being yourself.
Back in our era. Yeah, they wasn't getting deals if you sound like somebody else.
Right. Yeah. Like, they used to be a rule, and one of the rules was no biting.
Yeah.
Biting was the sin of my era. You did not want to be labeled a biter. That's the equivalent of being, I guess, what they would call now a fuck nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was our term for it back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But before we get up out of here, do you have anything that you would like to say before we get up out of here?
Well, I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah. This conversation had been in the making for quite some time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that we finally got to do it. You know what I mean? As far as hip hop is concerned, it ain't too many of us left.
Yeah.
So for the ones that are left, somehow, some way, we're gonna have to join forces.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's too big of a mission for one man to do alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is something I had to realize.
former military guy, I understand the strength of a team. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna take, because as far as our city is concerned, it's not a lot of, rappers, what I'm saying, who I could say are lyricists or MCs. It's not a lot of us.
Yeah.
It's only a small sector of us.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, I get along with them all.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I deal with them all. I work with them all in some form or fashion. And we all, what I'm saying, kind of had that understanding that, we have to stick together for the betterment of what it is that we doing as far as hip hop is concerned. You know what I'm saying? On behalf of Mr. Chris the Jerk and the good people at One Man Records, I am Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. Until next time, everybody, peace and love, because that's what the world needs, man.